Hi, this is William Smith from CX Today, bringing you all the latest customer experience industry news. And today I'm thrilled to be joined by Anna Stokes, Director Global Products at IntraHouse Interactive, to find out a little bit about why organisations might choose Microsoft Teams for customer-facing contact. So Anna, welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, and I wonder, before we get started, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and the company.
So I've worked with IntraHouse for a little over 6 years now, really focused on bringing next generation communication solutions to our customers. And in that time, I've watched my customers transition and change, but the basics really remain. All of us are striving to deliver the same thing, to delight our customers.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's awesome. And I wanted to start by asking you, what are the benefits of integrating Microsoft Teams with a contact center environment?
I think you're going to hear me say the word collaboration a lot today. We're in this time of business transformation really like no other. And in this rapidly changing environment, businesses have been forced to really look at how they operate, blowing away these silos and breaking down any internal barriers to really lift their service levels and become more agile. And although most centres I work with had a strategy they were working towards for digital engagement, they were really forced to accelerate this and optimise their business with work from home capabilities. Closing the doors on our face-to-face business has really driven the growth of digital channels and the expansion of contact centres to include text-based medias, to alleviate the pressure off those traditional voice channels. And the rise of home working has made the addition of internal collaboration tools really vital to every successful business. Confronting and finding solutions for these new needs, this has led to a new wave of technology adoption in 2020, which I think now is considered business as usual in the 2021 contact centre. But to power this transformation, organisations I found, are increasingly turning to Microsoft Teams. They combine all of the superior collaboration tools, things like workplace chat or video meetings, shared file storage and application integration to really deliver a powerful collaborative environment. And because it's cloud-based, users can access anything, files, emails, calendars, or each other from anywhere on any device. With the front doors closed on businesses and now these really long periods of no person-to-person contact, remote communications have become the primary way to connect with our customer. And that simply is the job of the contact centre. This has resulted in more and more complex calls ending up in the contact centre, ones that require, the expert knowledge of the specialist sitting in that middle or back office. Teams can really support that level of collaboration needed to solve these queries by connecting these frontline agents with the middle and the back office, showing them who's available and allowing them to seek advice without even having to put the customer on hold. And when your whole organisation's using Teams, your contact centre will have this unprecedented access to everyone via all the Teams tools they have. So whether it's agents using the presence visibility, understanding who's available at any time, or pinging a supervisor, or even a team of supervisors for assistance, agents having the ability to chat in real time with anyone in the org that they need to consult to give an answer without having to put their customer on hold. And if needed, they can really easily conference these people in, wherever they're located and on any device supported by Teams. They have easy access to all the shared resources that is held within the knowledge bases, and these can be petitioned or shared as widely as needed. And they can all update these materials in real time and immediately see these new updates, the same ones that everyone else in the organisation sees. So consistency no longer really relies on everyone checking their latest email update.
Mm-hmm. Well, and what would you say are the most useful capabilities of Microsoft Teams in terms of serving customers?
Well, a Microsoft Teams contact centre allows agents to really easily seek and attain assistance from their colleagues. That can be either an individual or a team. So, for example, an agent who needs expert help from the marketing department, maybe about the website, can simply send a chat to a specifically created marketing group on Teams. And this can be picked up by any one of those group members. But if you look at a more complex scenario, let's imagine a doctor-patient health interaction. In the middle of a pandemic, healthcare has never been so critical and yet so dangerous. For every healthcare provider, a primary concern is how to protect their frontline staff and other patients from spreading this potentially deadly infection. Video is designed to support scenarios in which patients are isolated and medical resources are stretched. Here's what has become an all too common scenario. We've had a client, in this case a patient, diagnosed with COVID, and they're now at home in isolation. They receive a daily text message, an automated text message, checking in on how they're feeling. And if they respond with something like fine, okay, good, thanks, all of these responses are treated by the AI as acceptable, and they're left alone until tomorrow's text message is sent. If the AI receives a response of something more engaging, like not well, in pain, worried, then this is automatically escalated to an agent. In this case, that would be a nurse. Someone who can give a human empathetic response. Using something like intelligent rules-based routing, which dynamically routes calls to different people based on, priorities or recognized callers, this call could be routed to the right nurse experienced in dealing with COVID patients. And from here, the nurse can engage with the patient, ask more clarifying questions, tell me more about how you're feeling. But here's the key. The bot hasn't left the call. So instead, the bot technology can listen in and provide intelligent, useful data to the nurse as they're speaking to the patient. They may receive a question about medication, for instance, and the bot can provide the most up-to-date response to the nurse, saving them all that time and energy normally taken to check on this in the system databases. The nurse can escalate the call to another media, whether it be voice or in this case probably video, where it's easy to see firsthand the symptoms the patient's experiencing. This really allows them to provide a remote diagnosis and treatment. And if needed, the nurse can also pull together a team of care specialists dedicated to this patient. Through the integration with the CRM systems, Teams knows who the patient's doctors are, not just any doctors, but ones who are intimate with this person's care and can quickly engage with them on a call or a chat session. As health providers see the increased adoption of this channel, retirement home visits and other services to at-risk demographics are actively being converted to telehealth consults. And if you think about it, this type of scenario, text notification follow-up, AI determining an issue, escalation to a specialist, this could be cross-referenced across many different industries. There's many different benefits available to the management team here as well. Things like increased productivity to their staff, call monitoring and whisper coaching, real-time activity dashboards, and extensive reporting on contact center activity, performance analytics across all media channels.
Well, and I wonder if you could just speak a little bit about the ways that Microsoft Teams supports remote working in the contact center as well.
Yeah, remote working for most centers, this was a really new concept. A lot of supervisors just used to rely on sitting with their staff for monitoring or training. Management is mostly face-to-face, so the concept of doing it remotely was a really steep learning curve. Now that it's been proven to be entirely feasible, working from home is not going away. A survey by Gartner in March found that regardless of reopening plans, only 1% of the HR leaders surveyed expected all of their staff to return to working full-time in the office. And with Microsoft Teams, remote working is simple. Employees, such as agents, can log on from anywhere on any device and make and receive telephone and video calls. They can share information with their colleagues, and they can really replicate the contact center environment in their own homes. I think, another focus for the UK contact centres is our employee mental health and wellbeing. We've always been known to look after our staff, and as time goes on, we're really recognising some difficulties of working from home and the isolation experienced by workers. While we saw the benefits, such as, the elimination of commute time, no more trains and broken down tubes, increased family time, we're also seeing the negatives. Personal and family stress brought on by trying to manage homeschooling, economic difficulties, and social restrictions. I heard Satya Nadella, the Microsoft CEO, once say, when you're working from home, it sometimes feels like you're sleeping at work. And while video is a great tool for collaboration, it also allowed us to check in on our remote team and really identify any at-risk employees. Helping them cope has become an important element of the job of a supervisor. And here at IntraHouse, we've seen teams implementing daily video huddles with, entirely new angles to motivate their staff. Customers have told us about pajama meetings or bring a child or pet meetings and numerous other creative measures to lift their staff spirits. Another important tool to support remote management is agent coaching. Through interaction evaluation, reviewing conversations with agents across all your media channels, voice, chat, email, it's more than a performance management strategy. The effort to upskill a team member remotely is halved, and when the time and effort is invested, agents will have a much better understanding of what the value is that they can bring, as well as learn and grow. There's an uncontested connection between agent training and development and staff retention. And we all know how expensive it can be to replace a good agent. Supervisors can listen in, they can listen into the calls via live monitoring. They can also view live or historical on-screen management of the interaction, really showing them what the agent is doing at the same time. Are they handling simultaneous interactions, such as email and chat? How well are they coping with this? Are they looking up the right information while they converse with the customer? The opportunities here to support your team are growing, and it's so great to see.
Well, and with all these kind of benefits in mind, what would you say are the major concerns that are preventing businesses from utilising Teams as a contact centre solution?
Yeah, some organisations approach major changes to their contact centres with trepidation. It's understandable when the lifeblood of their business depends on the continuous and smooth operation of the contact centre without disruptions. For a while, Teams was viewed as the new kid on the block. And while the new kid can be cool to hang out with, you're not always going to instantly give them your trust and your loyalty. But let me tell you, the kid is no longer new. At the end of July, I think it was, Microsoft reported they had hit the 250 million target for monthly active users. Their stability and scalability have really been put through the mill. They prove on the daily that their platform is robust, reliable, and enterprise ready. And when you match this with investments made by global contact center specialists like IntraHouse, who've had integrations in market for Microsoft Teams now for well over a year, it makes sense to put your trust in this production environment. My early IntraHouse adopters have been successfully enjoying all of these benefits that we've spoken about for some time. The integrations are stable and offer them all of the traditional contact center feature set, as well as all of this next level collaboration options that only a system like Teams can bring. One of our customers pointed out it was essential that there was low disruption to service, especially during lockdowns where demand was higher. They found the transition to be pretty painless, maintaining business continuity and keeping the customer service up and running at optimal levels. But when deciding to invest, you really need to look for a partner that has completed the Connected Contact Center for Microsoft Teams certification program. It's a mouthful, and they need to be certified for Microsoft Teams. As an early adopter of the Teams integration, we've been through this rigorous testing required to prove the solution is really fit for purpose, prove that it is robust, provides the quality, the compatibility, and the reliability that customers expect and demand. And if your partner doesn't have this accreditation, then they're probably not ready to offer you a market-ready solution.
Well, with that in mind and looking to the future, do you expect to see increased uptake of Microsoft Teams as a contact center solution?
I'm confident the writing's on the wall. As I mentioned, the latest numbers are sitting around the 250 million monthly active users on Teams. People are actively taking advantage of the collaboration and communication benefits that Teams has to offer. Most customers move to Teams for collaboration first, and then they extend this to utilising Teams for all their calling and their contact centres. More than 50% of our implementations today are customers moving to Teams. They may be journeying on their roadmap from Skype for Business, but it's just as common to see customers moving away from their old legacy PBX phone systems towards this new generation that is Microsoft Teams. Our new normal demands a voice platform that is easy to enable, supports all users wherever we happen to be, and enables us to deliver the best experience we can for our customers. But that needs to include the front of house. Receptionists and switchboard operators, they have the challenge of maintaining these high number of calls swiftly and accurately, providing operators with tools to identify, prioritize and route these calls first time and every time, that's key to creating a professional impression of the organisation. For staff representing this first point of contact for your business, there are call handling solutions that leverage the best of teams and the expert knowledge of partner solutions specialised in operator consoles. And these have been available for some time now. There's really never been a better time to modernise your contact centre and your reception with powerful and reliable solutions enabled through trusted platforms like Microsoft and IntraHouse. As we've talked about today, Teams provides agents with a full suite of communication and collaboration tools. And by combining this with the superior contact centre and reception solutions like IntraHouse, they benefit from a more seamless working environment. Users can easily check information when on a call, easily collaborate with colleagues, or use technology such as video when needed. Added to the ability to work from anywhere, and this adds up to a better experience for agents, helping increase job satisfaction and ultimately retention. A single platform boosts productivity and efficiency, reducing unnecessary administration and allowing agents to focus on the customer and providing with what we all want, a delightful customer experience.
Well, Anna, thank you so much for sharing your expertise on Microsoft Teams and the contact centre. It's been great to hear from you, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And if you've enjoyed this video, please do share it on social media and subscribe to our channel as well. This has been William Smith for CX Today. Thanks again to Anna for her insight, and thank you for watching. Thanks.